Hello beautiful souls and welcome to my channel Roseology. So this video is for my Libras, that is Sun, Moon, Rising, even Venus, and this is your September 2020 energetic forecast. So we have a huge stack of cards to get through regarding your September, but also what I have right here is something that I've wanted to do in these monthly zodiac videos for a long time, where I include like a mini pick a card message for each zodiac sign. So like I said, we'll be diving in deep into the energy of your September with this stack of cards right here. But at the end of that reading, there will be a more personalized message for you with a couple of cards in one of these piles. I won't go in as much depth with the three piles. This is what the stack is for. I'm basically just going to be reading the descriptions of the cards for these three piles, but they will serve as a more personal message for each sign this month, okay? So there will be a brief meditation session towards the end of this video to help you pick which pile is speaking to you and which message you need to hear personally for your month ahead. So let's go on ahead and get started. I'm going to clear these three piles out of the way, and then we're going to get to this huge stack of cards right here to check. All right, Libra, so let's get started with your tarot cards first to see what your September is looking like. So we have here the very first card, Nine of Cups. Okay. And then the Tower in reverse. Okay. This is really, really interesting. It looks like something... This looks like something that you want to happen. Sometimes we can have tower moments that we are actually looking forward to. Sometimes we look forward to the tower moments, especially when we really, really, really want something to change in our life. And that's kind of what I'm seeing here, especially even in this Nine of Cups, she's actually looking at the tower. So this is very interesting. And Nine of Cups is a card of wish fulfillment. So this is interesting, but there is a bittersweet energy in September, Libra, for you. Nine of Cups is, like I said, a wish being granted, emotional fulfillment after an emotional release or detachment in the Eight of Cups. So this makes a lot of sense with this grand Earth trine that you have with Uranus going retrograde in your 8th house in Taurus, the Sun moving through your 12th house in Virgo, Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn doing a lot of work in Capricorn, moving through your 4th house. So this is sudden changes, and some of them you were very afraid of and you couldn't stop them from happening. Now, some of you even had dreams and nightmares of these changes, and some of you actually have been looking forward to these changes because you're just so ready for something to end. You're so ready for some sort of chapter to be closed. That's the way you can move on. My Libras, you guys move on so easily, with so much ease. I wish I had more Libra energy in me. I'm a Taurus. We are ruled by the same ruling planet, but that don't mean a damn thing when it comes to releasing people, detaching and moving on. It takes a lot more energy for me being a Taurus. But with you being a Libra, a cardinal air sign, this is an intense shedding or remaking of your physical world. These are not emotional or mental changes that you're undertaking. For many of you, these are very tangible changes. That's what may make September a bit bitter, but the sweetness comes in with Venus moving through your 11th house in Leo. Leo does not know how to do things small. Everything with Leo is big, dramatic, over the top. So there's a huge possibility for a major manifestation or prayer to come true or to materialize in the month of September. But this major incoming is sort of prepackaged with something that's also leaving, or a chapter that's also closing. So there's a very real possibility as well of attracting a lot of attention in September, Libra, because of Venus moving throughout your 12th house. Or there's a possibility of attracting a very well-known person. Like whatever this wish is, it's being granted will feel so emotionally fulfilling at a time where you may be grieving the loss of something else. But with Sun moving through your 12th house, this is a perfect supportive energy to find closure with whatever chapter is ending. So this closure for some of you, as well as, oh my God, okay, so little incoming message here. This could also be finally getting the upper hand on someone as they realize that you were right, or they apologize, or they beg you back, and you'll be the one that kind of gets to decide this time what happens. So this could definitely be somebody like coming back from the past that may have like rejected you, or may have like, broken up with you, broken your heart, something like that. This is also a very, very, very big possibility for many of my Libras in the month of September, where this person they come crawling back to you completely humbled. And you're just kind of looking at them like, I'm good on my own. Like, I'm sorry, but you're just going to have to be without me. You're just going to have to suffer without me, if that's what's happening, if that's what you try, if that's what you decide to do. But I see very many of you guys, you're like, I'm way much better off being on my own. As well as this could be, let me also add this before we move on to the rest of your tarot cards, this could as well be the ending of a relationship in the month of September, relationship, a friendship, whether this is romantic, family, friend, whatever it may be, business partnership. This could be the ending of a relationship, right? And this person kind of expects your whole world to crumble. But instead of that happening, you kind of end up like bossing up in a sense. Not even like bossing up. It's just like you kind of end up being like, okay, like almost relieved in a sense, and then moving on and doing your own thing and actually finding success in whatever that is. So even if that's like a romantic relationship that you walk away from, you end up finding success by being happier without that person, or by moving on and maybe finding someone else. If it's business, something like that, you end up moving on and this person's like, you're not going to be able to, you know, recoup from this. You're not going to be able to pick yourself back up from this. And you're just like, okay. And it's not like you're doing it out of spite. You're just almost like, you know what? This is almost a little bit better for me. This is almost like that energy of like, I don't like working in groups anyways. I want to do this on my own anyways. I can do much better by myself anyways, is the energy that I'm picking up here. And so this person kind of ends up saying like, wow, this entire time you were the magic to this dynamic. And they kind of end up crawling back, humbled, realizing like, damn, okay, I actually need you a lot more than I thought. I thought I didn't need you, but I actually need you. And you're going to be in the position where it's like, yeah, you know what? You needed me. I never needed you. But hey, like, you made your decision. You made your bed. You got to lay in it. Okay, let's go on ahead and move on here to your next few cards. We have here, look at that, 5 of Swords. Yeah, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Then we have 6 of Swords. Okay. This is okay. And then we have 8 of Pentacles. There's no question about what's happening here in the month of September for most of my Libras. This makes a lot of sense as to why that message came through. 5 of Swords is dealing with someone that's ridiculously rigid, stubborn, and very egotistical. They have the weakest, most fragile ego ever when you are dealing with somebody in the 5 of Swords, when you're dealing with this sort of energy in the 5 of Swords. This is someone with such a weak, fragile ego that any sort of threat towards their ego, it's like they have to do this like one up. They have to hit below the belt. You know, they have to really try to undercut you to feel better about themselves because they already feel so inferior to you, whoever this may be. And that's what I'm saying. They realize they tried to undercut this. This is what I'm saying. This person tried to undercut you. You ended up being better off with them. And they're like, damn, like, okay, this is, I need you. I'm sorry, you know? But it's like, you're moving on. 6 of Swords. It's like, I'm not dealing with that. Like, no, you're going to have to lay in the bed that you made and just realize that like, yeah, I was the magic to the scenario, but you lost it. Now I'm going to go on and be my own magic for myself. And everything it is that I gain, everything it is that I create is going to be mine and mine only. You're going to have nothing to do with this. This is very scary for this 5 of Swords energy or person or situation, whoever this may be. 5 of Swords, this is someone that you may have felt like you'll never get through to them or they'll never change. So you mentally have left. Even if you haven't physically walked away yet from this person or situation, you for sure have mentally exited this relationship, experience, situation, job, whatever this may be. 8 of Pentacles is you throwing yourself into work or another project or some other area of focus because now you have more time to devote yourself to other endeavors. Or this is you taking time to work on yourself and to redefine yourself after dealing with the person or situation that wanted to be in control all of the time. They wanted to define who you were. They wanted to control how you felt about yourself. They wanted to control how successful you were, what you ended up doing with your life or what you ended up being, what you ended up becoming. They wanted to control how you felt about yourself, your self-esteem. This person they felt so inferior. They felt so fucking inferior. And it's kind of like you always knew that too, because Libras, you guys naturally have very good discernment when it comes to people. Most of my air signs do. You guys are very good at reading people. So it's kind of like you already kind of knew what you were dealing with. You just kind of tolerated them, but now that it's like they've really shown their ass and it's like there's nothing you can really do with this situation. That's why the 5 of Swords is here. So, you are recuperating in a sense, because after this ordeal or the ending of this ordeal, you need time to feel like yourself again or to feel like you again. There's also something here too, and this may only be for some of you, but you may have felt embarrassed by someone or a certain situation, and because of that, you're rebuilding the way you see yourself with this Eight of Pentacles over here. You're working on your confidence and how you feel about yourself after dealing with this Five of Swords sort of energy or person. Five of Swords loves to be the one that decides how things are and how they're going to go. And this has prompted you leaving the situation behind. And in September, the main focus is you defining how things are and how they're going to go, or you are just simply enjoying the relief of being away from this person or situation that's extremely overbearing, that's extremely domineering, because like I said, they feel so inferior. Now, for some of you, this is some sort of partnership, because we do have Chiron moving throughout your 7th house in the sign of Aries, and we have Mars retrograding in your 7th house in the sign of Aries. So it's very easy for people to wound you in September without even trying or without even intending to. And this is very easy for conversations to take a left turn from one topic to another that can become emotionally taxing. So you may feel exhausted after some of these conversations in September, Libra. So there will be a lot of rebuilding in September after coming to terms with someone. Mercury is moving through your 1st house. So as much as you want to be logical and communicate about what to do next, who you are dealing with or what you are dealing with might not be as mature as you, or they may be stuck on the issue at hand or how they feel. They may sort of be stuck on the emotional aspect, and meanwhile you're looking for solutions and how to move forward, how to progress, and you may be dealing with someone that is determined to look backwards or to stay sort of stuck in the situation, is to stay sort of stuck in the emotional part of the situation or conversation, whatever it may be, you know. So it's like, meanwhile, you're trying to move forward. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out you guys' oracle card, see what else it is we're seeing for your month of September. The very first card that we have here is Saturn return, age. This is what I'm talking about, maturity. You see that? Saturn return. We'll get into that. Okay, next card that we have here, Virgo, I analyze. We are currently in Virgo season. Then we have here Grand Cross, Provoker. I'm actually feeling really good about this Provoker card, though. I don't know why, but it feels kind of like this Tower card in reverse. I felt kind of good about this Tower card, too. And then we have here South Node, Life's Debts. Okay, this makes a lot of sense. So Saturn return, age, like I was feeling earlier, you may be dealing with someone that isn't as mature as you with the Saturn return card here, or they have different priorities. Like maybe you're ready to just get straight to, well, now what, you know, and this person still wants to emotionally vent. So for example, and that's where the Provoker card comes in at over here as well. So for example, let's just say like a relationship ends or something, and you're like, okay, well now I need to move out. I need to find my own place. You know, I need to get everything together. And this person, they're kind of like, it's like they're sort of like emotionally stuck on not trying to progress or move forward. They're more so stuck on like, let's talk about this, or let's argue about this, or let's fight about this, or, you know, let me try to kind of cut you down emotionally or mentally or esteem wise. So it's weird. It's like you're trying to really like move forward in this very mature way, but you're not dealing with somebody that is on the same sort of maturity levels as you. Many of my Libras aren't. And if you are cross-watching for a Libra, I'm not saying that you are the person that is immature or something like that. Yeah, don't get offended by that if you are cross-watching. Maybe just get off the video, because this message keeps coming up. So yeah, I'm gonna keep talking about it. But anyways, that's where the Provoker card comes in at. Also, like I mentioned as well, Chiron and Mars retrograde, they're in your 7th house, and we have the 5 of Swords down here. But the main provoking thing here is you leaving or walking away. And that's not what this situation, job, or person wants you to do. But you don't see the logic in getting stuck in an argument. You are so ready to just move forward. That the way you know what you need to do, what you need to prepare for. But you may be for sure dealing with someone that's on a completely separate page from you. And we are in Virgo season. So this Virgo card is alluding to that, as well as it's talking about the details. There's details that you are trying to work through in September with all of these big changes. So for you just don't have the time or energy to get stuck on feelings and emotions right now. It's like, you know what, I'll deal with this emotionally later. But Someone else cannot understand that, Libra. They're really struggling to put emotions to the side and to keep everything cordial or logical. And South Node is this bittersweet ending or change for you. This karmic cycle is definitely completing itself in September. And this is why you're so ready to move on. It's like, listen, if it's not going to work, let's not waste our time. Like, let's just do what we got to do. We'll deal with the fallout later. But right now, we got to do what we got to do. This also feels like, too, some of you guys may have like kids. So you're really kind of just trying to get back to a normal routine, or a sense of normalcy for them, maybe after some sort of a breakup or a home change or a career change, some sort of change in their physical environment. You may be trying to rush to get back to normalcy for them as well. But I do see like this sense of like, we just need to get back on track here. I need to get back to my routine. I need to get back to my life. I need to get back to things. So you're just really not trying to you're not trying to sit in this emotional feeling. Emotionally, actually, you're 9 of Cups. You're okay. You're really okay by yourself. Next card that we have here is Illuminate. Okay. And then we have Cosmos. All right. Then humor, and it says here, I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. And service, I feel good when I can help others. Okay. If things feel a little too exhausting, heavy, or intense, resort to laughing, Libra. Resort to laughing your way through it. Find the comedy if you can in whatever it is that you are facing, or acts of service is what's going to help you get through the intense stuff, because in September, the sun in your 12th house is not a cakewalk. It can be difficult to find humor in the 12th house, but service, doing things for others, can help connect you back to the lighter sides of life, Libra. Illuminate is bringing your awareness and attention to hidden issues, enemies, problems. But that is what the 12th house is all about. It's about the unseen. It's about hidden enemies. It's about hidden issues, hidden problems. It's about the things that we cannot see. With the sun, this star of illumination moving through your 12th house, this is illuminating all these hidden issues, these weak points, enemies, problems, things that you need to face, sort of in a sense. So the universe and spirit are using September to show you your true allies and your true enemies in your life. So don't mistake this as a bid to punish you. This is actually protection, Libra. That the way you know moving forward who is on your side and who is not. Okay. See your goddess energy for the month. We have here, look at that. Kali, endings and beginnings. The old must be released so that the new can enter. This is what I'm talking about. Then we have here Ain, a leap of faith. Take a risk and put your heart's true desire into action. I definitely see you guys pretty much doing that, though. The funny part. And then we have here Lakshmi, bright future. Stop worrying. Everything is going to be fine. Yeah. I feel like most of you guys know that, though. But for my Libra struggling or feeling like, oh my gosh, this is not what I wanted, everything is definitely going to be fine. So see, you're very, very ready to move on or to get back to work, get back to your life, get back to normal. You just are ready to get back into the swing of things, no matter how major of a change you just underwent. You don't want this to stop you for very long. There's this energy of, I want to keep going, and the cosmos is supporting you in that and is saying, take a leap of faith. Definitely take a leap of faith. So that 8 of Pentacles for some of you is talking about work or a work opportunity, some sort of opportunity that is in support of your bright future. Kali, endings and beginnings. This is what I was talking about, bittersweet. Something ends while something else begins. And you guys are very, very prepared for that. Like, you're prepared to say, okay, this has to end. I see so many of you guys just like, there's just this very grounded energy of understanding, like, this has to end. This isn't working. You know, it's like you've already come to terms with the fact that this has to end, that this tower has to come down. Many of you guys have already come to terms with that. Like I said, my Libras are very good at reading people, as well as you're very good at reading situations. You can tell when something is done, you can tell when something is over, you can tell when something is going to end, and you already sort of mentally prepare yourself for that. You mentally prepare yourself to have to leave, you mentally prepare yourself for the resistance there. You know, you mentally prepare yourself for all of it. And that's why this tower isn't necessarily upright. And, you know, it's in reverse because it's like, yeah, you know, I already kind of know this is what just has to happen. The next cards that we have here are Flamingo Spirit, Embrace the In-Between. And these are your spirit animal cards for the month. Then we have here Butterfly Spirit, Transformation is beautiful. Exactly. Major transformations. And then we have Electric Eel Spirit, bring your ideas to life. Okay, so that's what that Eight of Pentacles down here is pretty much talking about. Look at all this transformative energy that we have, Libra, and then embrace the in-between. Embrace the in-between. So you don't have to rush too much, Libra, to get back to normal or to get back to life. You can take it day by day with this flamingo card here saying to embrace the in-between. But with the Six of Swords down here, you're like, no, I'm good. I'm ready to go get set up and get back to business. Like that example that we talked about earlier, someone that just got out of a relationship. It's like within that same week of their relationship ending, they've already found a new place and it's like they're ready to get back to life. They're starting to move in, you know, getting everything moved over, getting set up, learning the area and all that stuff. It's like, I don't want to miss a beat sort of energy. And bring your ideas to life is, again, like I was saying, talking about this Eight of Pentacles card over here. So there's definitely for sure some opportunities for you to really devote yourself to your passions and what it is that you want to do. And this may also be why you're like, this is perfect. Like now I can just focus on me and what I need to do. This is just like, I don't know, some of my Libras, like I know you guys are all about partnerships, dynamics, relationships, not necessarily love, but you guys are ruled by the scales. So it's all about kind of like the other. You guys are the diplomats of the zodiac. So you guys really do know how to deal with people. You've mastered that. You've mastered the art of people, you know? So this is very interesting. I'm kind of seeing you be more so like, I don't really feel like dealing with the other side of the scale. I kind of just want to focus on my side of the scale right now. And so it's really interesting what's happening in September. It's almost as if like your Libra energy is transforming. Okay, the next card that we have is your health cards, and it says here, have faith. Dear Jesus and Archangel Raphael, thank you for boosting my faith so that I may trust in miracles. Beautiful. And then we have here Jesus, the divine healer, and it says, dear Jesus, thank you for your divine healing power and presence. So to me, this just kind of really sounds like some sort of a prayer. This sounds like some sort of a prayer coming true. This sounds like, as well as Jesus could be like a guide for some of you, or an ascendant master that really accompanies you and kind of guides you. So you can definitely lean into that, but have faith, because like it says in this Lakshmi card over here about bright future, stop worrying, everything is going to be fine. So this is definitely an embrace the in-between. Nine of Cups. You guys have faith because there's a lot of good that's happening here. But like I said, it's just this bittersweet sort of sensation as well, because as something is ending, something else is starting. But just have faith in the fact that whatever it is that you're going through, if you are a Libra that's struggling with this ending, just have faith in the fact that there's a brighter future coming for you. Okay, so sorry you guys, I had a phone call, a really weird one, but okay, so next cards that we have here are your relationship cards for the month, and this is like your relationships when it comes to friends, family, platonic, co-workers, things like that. And these are your romance cards that we'll be going over after these ones. So the very first one that we have here is connection, and it says the frequency of connection supports our ability to find alignment and resonance with others, things, and ideas. Okay. And then we have here curiosity. And it says, the frequency of curiosity supports our intrinsic inquisitive nature, which is a necessary driving force behind any growth and evolution. Okay. So, I see with this curiosity card over here, some of you are really trying to understand why someone is how they are. or what they mean by their actions. It's like you can't understand them. It's almost as if they're speaking another language. It's how different you are when I say you and this person are on different pages. It's like you guys are in different books. And connection is either talking about either the severing of a connection or the making of a new one. Or this could be happening simultaneously with this Kali endings and beginnings card here. So for sure, there's a connection that may be ending as well as a connection that may be beginning. And curiosity could also be talking about the connection that's getting started up, where you're getting to know someone else. So this could be like a friend, something like that, somebody that you meet at work, something along those lines, as well as it could be romantic. Like I said, I pulled these more so for like friends, family, more so platonic relationships. But yeah, let's go ahead and check out your romance card, see what else we have. Forgiving and learning. And it says, as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. Okay. Let's put that down here. Then we have make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps that you are guided to take. Okay. And we have retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. Okay. As well as too, you know what, with curiosity and connection, you may have some people, Libra, in the month of September that's trying to understand what's going on, that's trying to understand why, especially if it's something like a relationship has ended, you may be dealing with like friends and family, something like that are really trying to understand what happened, you know, like what's going on, something like that. It'll be up to you if you want to let them in on everything that's going on and happening. But with the 3 romance cards right here, this is interesting. It's like, which one is it, Libra? Some of you are like, I'm out, retreat, I'm good, I need to be alone, I want this to be over, I am done trying, this shit is dead in the ground. Libras are really good at moving on. Like I said, I wish I had that Libra energy, but this is the dilemma for some of you Libras. Do I try one more time? Do I call it quits and make it work on my own? There's a lot of determination here. I don't see you getting stopped either which way. I actually see you sort of bulldozing through the situation because you were focused in September, and September is not changing that. But make sure that you do forgive and learn from this. You know, whatever it is that you're going through, like I said, I see very, very many of you sort of bulldozing past this and progressing right past this. But make sure that when the time does come and the dust does settle, that you do forgive when you're ready to, if this is something that you have to forgive, and that you actually see the lesson in this, that the way it's not for nothing. Okay. Romantically, so for many of you romantically, this is kind of what's being affected in the month of September. For some of you, like I said, you're going through the dilemma of deciding, do I walk away or do I make the effort? You know, but there is a lot of forgiveness that may need to happen in your romantic relationships because you're dealing with this 5 of Swords energy or a 5 of Swords person that is just very, very, they have a fragile ego. And they don't know how to deal with the fear of you walking away. They don't even know how to verbalize it. They're not verbalizing it correctly. Instead of them saying, I love you, let's make this work, they instead maybe even lash out. Maybe they say things they don't mean. Maybe they try to tear your self-esteem down. That the way you don't leave. That the way they don't have to deal with that fear of you walking away. That the way they don't have to deal with that fear of you retreating from them. But this person, they might not know how to say that. So it comes across in more aggressive ways, or it comes across in more stubborn ways, or it comes across in more egotistical ways. And it may be very hurtful for you. Like I said, in the month of September, it's very easy for someone to hurt your feelings without intending to, with Chiron and Aries moving throughout your 7th house, and you rule the 7th house of partnerships, dynamics, relationships, diplomacy. So yeah, for sure, definitely watch out for that when it comes to your romantic relationships. Okay, so let me go on ahead and clear this reading off here, and we're going to get to the meditation for the 3 piles, that the way you guys can select which pile has a more personalized message in it for you. Like I said, I won't be diving in deep into those cards, just going to be basically reading the descriptions of them, but let's go on ahead and get started with that. All right, and on pile number 1, we have fluorite. On pile number 2, we have hematite. And on pile number 3, we have amethyst. All right, and for my pile number 1s, you guys chose the fluorite. So, like I said, I'm just going to be reading the descriptions of the cards, so let's go ahead and get started. The very first one that we have for my pile 1 Libras is Alahyu. Don't know if I'm saying that right. And this is Eros and Vitality. It says, pour your desires all over me, take over my body, and make my heart sing. Ooh, that sounds spicy. That sounds spicy for my Libra pile ones. Next card that we have here is Coriander, and this is honoring the self. Trigger statement: this is the way it has always been. True statement: I create my way. You're ready to fulfill your desires by thinking outside the box. The path less traveled may be more fulfilling. So this is a very this pile one is all about desires is what I'm picking up. And then we have here the card Saraswati. I don't know if I'm saying that right, so sorry if I'm not. I love this deck, but I cannot pronounce them at all. Okay, so I'm going to get the book. Okay, and then I'm also going to shuffle just a couple of chakra cards right here to see which chakras you need to pay attention to or maybe work on or work with for the month of September. So let's see. What chakra do you need to pay attention to? Okay, so we have here self-mastery, and that is the solar plexus. And then we have divine wisdom, and this is the soul star chakra. And soul star chakra is located above the crown chakra. Okay, so let me get the book, and I'm going to read this description for the Saraswati card here. And then I'm also going to be reading the affirmations for these two chakra cards here. So give me a second. Okay, and for this card here, Saraswati is the goddess of creativity, intuition, and insight. Okay, so Saraswati appears when you have surrendered to creativity, the endless stream that we only catch glimpses of, but can feed us for life. She is a sacred river flowing with divine wisdom, nourishing us with nectar for the soul, art, music, dance, and literature. You may draw upon Saraswati when new ideas are flourishing and you are channeling universal wisdom. She appears in the ingenious moment when you think of something straight from the heavens, when you lose yourself in dance, when you become one with the music. She is the very source of all inspiration, embodying the cosmos through communication, meditation, intuition, speech, and sound. She has come to you to deliver the message to pursue that creative idea with full force. You are fully supported by her blessings. Amazing. Okay. For my Libra pile ones, it sounds like a lot of flow, desire, tapping into that desire and that flow. And let's see, for the affirmation for the solar plexus chakra, self-mastery card, and you can use these affirmations throughout the month of September. The affirmation here is, I'm the master of my destiny. And the affirmation for the soul star chakra divine wisdom card is, I am aligned to the divine wisdom of the universe and it flows through me in abundance. There's a lot of abundance and flow and desire here for my Libra pile ones. But again, like I said, I'm just reading the descriptions of the cards. So maybe these had some additional messages, additional personal messages in them for you. But this is all that I'm saying for my Libra pile ones. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. I do pray these readings brought you guys love, support, clarity, strength. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. But until next time, stay safe, stay blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, guys. All right, in pile 2, you chose the hematite. Like I said, I'm just going to be reading the descriptions of the cards. So let's go ahead and get started with them. The very first one that we have here is Alichio. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But this is the card guardianship and protection. Do not fear to lose what you already have. Your heart is a guardian and your soul the brightest star. Beautiful. I like that. Next card that we have here is Clove, and this is the card Presence. Trigger statement, why did this happen to me? True statement, how did this happen for me? Know that you are the star of your life. My dear, you are the lead and the audience is here for you. Wait, hold on. That's crazy. Didn't this just said too, you are the brightest star. Your heart is a guardian and your soul is the brightest star. Wow. Okay. Interesting. And then the card that we have here is Pranayama. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Forgive me if I'm not, but I'll be reading the description for this card out of the book. And then I'm just going to shuffle a couple of chakra cards here to see which chakras you need to look out for or work on or work with in the month of September. So let's see. What chakras do you need to pay attention to? Oh, God. All right, no. Definitely going to keep shuffling. Okay. Which chakras do you need to work on in September? Okay, so we have visualization. This is the third eye chakra and the crown chakra, spiritual awakening. And I'll be reading the affirmations for these two chakra cards out of the book. All right, and it says for this card here, this is the card 8 Stages of Yoga, Control of Breath. And it says, you've inhaled the beauty, joy, magnificence of life and exhaled the toxicity, stagnancy, and dullness. Now it is time to use the prana energy you have cultivated deeper towards your truth. With this control of the breath, you can control your life. So where would you like to go? So where would you like it to go? If you are seeking more rest, tranquility, and luxury, breathe slower. If you are seeking more energy, speed, and rajas in your life, breathe faster. Through pranayama, controlled breath, you can decide how you want to feel and when. Begin the study of various pranayama practices, such as alternate nostril breathing and breath of fire. Use it in your life to magnetize your direction. This is really interesting, given the other reading that we finished, the bigger pile of cards that we just had. All right, and the affirmation for this third eye chakra visualization card, and you can use these affirmations throughout September, and it says, my third eye is open and I have profound vision. Okay. And for the crown chakra spiritual awakening card, the affirmation is, I embody my ancient wisdom and I am open to the divine spirit within. Beautiful. Okay, so this is all I am seeing for my Libras. Pile 2. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. I do pray these readings brought you guys love, support, clarity, strength. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. But until next time, stay safe, stay blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, guys. All right, and so for my pile 3 Libras, you chose the amethyst. So like I said, I'm just going to be reading the descriptions of the cards. That's practically it. So let's go ahead and get started. Very first card that we have here is Basil, and this is the card of inspiration, trigger statement. I am tired of it all. True statement. I find strength in my purpose. Please rest and know that in this stillness you will find clarity around your purpose here. The need to cope will fall away as you find the question you are the answer to. Oh, I like that. Okay. And the card that we have here, this is a symbol for Aries, and it is Alnath. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but this is Roots and Foundations. It says, travel safe, my friend. Get to know the world and explore, but never forget where you came from. Okay. And the card that we have here is Niyamas. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Forgive me if I'm not. And it's in reverse. So I'm going to be reading the description for this card out of the book. But first, I'm going to shuffle for a couple of chakra cards here to see what chakras my Libra pile 3s need to look out for or work on in the month of September. So let's see, what do you need to, what chakra that you need to work on in the month of September. Okay. And so we have here the sacral chakra, inspiration, and the third eye chakra, clarity. And I'll be reading the affirmations for these two chakra cards out of the book. But first, let me read the description for this card here. So this is the card 8 Stages of Yoga, Laws of Personal Observance. And in reverse, it says, this is the time to go within. The answer to your question lies inside of yourself. Hold on. This also says, please rest and know that in this stillness, you will find clarity around your purpose here. And we got the damn clarity card. Oh, that's crazy. Oh my God, that's crazy. And it says, the need to cope will fall away as you find the question that you are the answer to. And in the first sentence here is, the answer to your question lies inside of yourself. Okay. Okay, it's a little crazy. By turning inward and doing the internal work, everything around you will shift. Are you practicing Sauka? I don't know if I'm saying that right. Sauca, pure, which means purity in your body and mind, through asana, which is yogic postures, and pranayama, controlled breath. Are you holding on to toxic thoughts in your mind? It's time to move forward, santosa, contentment, and realize that there is a purpose to every struggle that you have gone through. Use your tapas, which is discipline energy, to move past your limiting beliefs and procrastination to begin your true study of the self. When you make yourself your project, you will experience Isvara Pranidhana, which is celebration of the spiritual. I am so sorry if I butchered that whole thing, but very powerful message there. And then I'm going to read the affirmations for these 2 chakra cards here. And so we have here with the third eye chakra clarity card, the affirmation is, and you can use these affirmations throughout September, but the affirmation is, I experience life with divine clarity. So this is my clarity pile. And then with the sacral chakra here, the affirmation is, inspiration is constantly flowing through me at all times and I'm inspired. Wow. Okay. That's pretty incredible. So yes, this is all that I'm saying for my Libras. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. I do pray that this reading brought you guys love, support, clarity, and strength. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. But until next time, stay safe, stay blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, guys.